What's up, guys? My name is Chris, and I'd like to share with you a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, and that's major depression and helping other people that are dealing with it. So perhaps you have a friend or family member that's coping with major depression and you don't know exactly how to help them. Well, let's talk about that a little bit and what you can do. Just so you know that I dealt with major depression and I still continue to cope with it, but my toolbox is so much better because of the things that I'm about to tell you. One of the first things that you can do to help someone with depression is to understand it at a little bit of a deeper level. Now, you can't ever possibly put yourselves in the shoes of someone that's dealt with major depression or is currently dealing with major depression unless you've had it yourself. And the thing is that it manifests so differently for different people. For me, it was mostly irritability and a sense of dread. Other people withdraw, or they have a comorbidity, like a mixed type of disorder along with generalized anxiety disorder. So things like that. And it's so different for different people. But there are things that you can do that isn't necessarily coming from a treatment perspective, but a supportive perspective. The first thing I'd recommend is checking out my article on healthyconsumer.com that I'll put in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. And that outlines a little more about the specifics of what depression is, the different treatments that are common and successful. And that way you have a baseline understanding of what depression is, who it affects, and those kind of things. Once you've done that, and you have a basic understanding, and I do mean basic, the number one thing that you can do for somebody coping with depression, whether it's a friend or family member, is to be present and be there for them as much as you can. And of course, if they're more of an introvert, you're going to need to give them a little bit of space too. But by being there for them, they'll know that you genuinely care as a human being. And I can tell you, as someone that's coped with generalized anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder, that it goes a long ways at helping people through their treatment. So piggybacking on that, encourage them to get out socially with you and get them out of the house. Even if they kind of fight you a little bit on it, believe me, they know deep inside that when they get out of the house, they feel better because they're not going to sit there and ruminate. They're not going to sit there and ruminate on their depression and think about all these things. If you continue to check in on them from time to time and you show a vested interest, they'll know that you care. And here's a tough one. Here's another one. It's kind of tough when you have depression, but maybe if you help them to set goals on what they want, create some structural tension. Help them to find a reason that they want to get better from depression. Because if you try and just lead them towards treatment, whether it's a psychologist or psychiatrist or any mental health professional, which I highly encourage, by the way, if you try to do that without, and it's because you want it, not because they want it, then they might do it for a short period of time. They might put in this, partial effort, but they're not really going to embody what it means to want to get better. So help them to find an activity or something in their life that they want to be able to do. In weight loss, you use this concept all the time of structural tension, where instead of saying, I want to lose weight so my knee doesn't hurt, you'd say, I want to lose weight so I can play with my grandkids, or I can play this sport, or I can get out and go on this long hike, or whatever it might be for someone. Same thing could apply with depression. They want to be able to do something or be somewhere, whatever that might be. And those are hard to do, but if you can inch them along little bit by little bit and stay patient, it will go a long ways. Now, if you're someone, especially if you haven't dealt with major depression yourself, focus on the good times together, because they need that positive energy, because they might be in a place where they can't generate it in their own being at this current time. So help them out with that. Get them to laugh, show them funny videos, watch funny videos together. Do anything you can to help raise their spirits. Lastly, sometimes it's helpful, and this is individual, this isn't always the right thing, but if they're open to it and you have a good relationship with them, help be an advocate for them seeking treatment. Because when you do that, if they're ready and they're in a place, they might not want to seek the treatment themselves, because there's a stigma with mental health disorders, whether it's generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder. A lot of people, especially women, are embarrassed to seek treatment. So you might be the person that can help them go along the pathway of getting better. I hope this was helpful, guys. My main mission at healthyconsumer.com is to help people thrive despite chronic health disorders, with a specific focus on generalized anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder. So if you found this helpful, you'll certainly find our online courses helpful as well. You can find those at healthyconsumer.com, and we're teaching you all the different lifestyle skills that you need to complement other treatments so we can work along with your mental health care providers. We also have a free support group that you can check out as well, and we meet bi-weekly, so we're helping each other along the way. Thanks a lot for checking us out. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I hope to see you again soon.